Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets podcast. I'm joined as always with my partner in crime, Dylan over at Nets Press. Dylan, it must be a happy day for you. Your nemesis, Cam Thomas. The era is over. He's out of the NBA currently. Um, give me your thoughts on that.
I used to pray for times like this. Feels good. I'm a happier person today. Um, the cancer has finally been removed. We've no longer got to go through chemo. The era of stupidity and arrogance and annoyance and players who think they're better than what they actually are is finally over. You don't have the Kyries, you don't have the Hardens, you don't have the scams. So I'm happy to be in this position now moving forward. I think that this is going to be uh, much better for our organization, for the rookies, for who we bring in next. I think that this was absolutely necessary. So I'm happy.
It's an interesting time. I and I just I've been called a Cam hater and a Cam stan, so I think I've been fair on the guy. I just want to bring this up. Can you think of any other guy, 24 years old, whatever he is, who averaged 22 points a game, 24 points a game, and then was out of the league, just like that? Or is this? Are we breaking new ground here?
I mean, I'd have to look at it to actually know if there's somebody that has been, but I mean, realistically, you can even look at a player like Ben Simmons, who went from averaging 18, 8 and 8 with Defensive Player of the Year caliber defense and an All Star to 3 years later being out of the league. So, yeah,
Three
these things
years
happen.
later, being out of the league, not the next year.
I mean, realistically, if you're talking about his 22 points per game that half season once KD was traded, yeah, that's considerably almost 3 years now.
Well, he averaged 24. I know he only played 25 games last year, but he averaged 24 points a game last season.
Mm-hmm.
That's and this season he
Can we
got
really
cut.
call it a season? Because the last 2 years he's played less than a combined season. So
I know,
realistically,
I
the
get
guy
it.
just doesn't stay healthy. I don't have any sympathy. I don't have any empathy for the guy. I don't care about him. I can't wait until this episode is over, so this way I never have to talk about him again. So listen, I do not care about this guy anymore. This is by far the best move the Nets made all trade deadline.
I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and gloat. I said last offseason that it made no sense to bring him back on the qualifying offer. It wouldn't bring anything positive. It'd only bring headache, and you're not going to get anything for him. It's not like you're going to trade him for a bunch of ones. Like, there's no value for Cam Thomas. I don't understand why he was even brought back on the even at $6 million. You can see at $6 million, nobody wanted him. Nobody. Not one team said, all right, here, take my $6 million contract and a second round pick, and we'll call it a day. No one said that. Nobody. So his value is what it is. If you guys think he's better than that, you guys think he's better than that. 29 other 30 GMs all agreed that he ain't really worth it. So it is what it is. Let me ask, do you think he gets picked up by someone else this year? If so, who?
Yeah, I think so. I think I do think he ends up in Milwaukee. He shares an agent with Giannis. It makes the most sense.
No,
They're
he
the most
fired that. He
active
fired
together.
that agent. He fired that agent.
Wow, that's true. You're right. Well, I mean, regardless, I know Milwaukee had been looking at him a lot. I could see, as of right now, the four teams that I think would show the most interest: Cleveland, in no specific order, Cleveland, Milwaukee, Houston, and the Lakers. I think those are the four teams that'll probably look for him most.
I'm with you with Milwaukee and Houston. What was the last team you said? You said Cleveland, which I can't.
Cleveland
They
and the
made
Lakers, yeah.
the Lakers. Huh.
I'd also throw in Detroit, in all honesty. They got rid of Jaden Ivey, so it makes sense to kind of add a good scorer off the bench for him.
I didn't consider the Lakers until right now. JJ loves him. They're from the same part of Virginia, like they're from like neighboring towns or something. JJ really liked him. JJ talked about how good he was on his on Old Man and the Three and the Three. That's a possibility. I didn't consider that until right now. The Lakers are a possibility. Have they been linked to him at all?
I did see something that said the Lakers were showing interest in him, so I could definitely see that being an avenue that they take.
And they're generally opposed to playing defense anyway, so he'd be a good fit for the Lakers. Uh, so you do think he'll get picked? You do think he'll be on a roster again this season?
Probably. I don't think he's going to be a starter anywhere.
No, that's out. That's out. I don't even know if he'll actually crack the rotation. It's tough. It's tough. If you're an undersized guard who can't play defense, your options are limited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they really are. Like, you can't run your offense. He can't be your offense because he's not Kyrie. He's not Jalen Brunson. He's not Donovan Mitchell. He's not a 6'1" guard that you can give the ball to and say, here, just score 30 tonight. He can't do that. Not efficiently, at least. We've learned that the hard way. And then he can't really play within the confines of an offense, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Cleveland doesn't really make any sense to me because we know Kenny's offense. Kenny wants that ball moving around, you know, and that's not Cam. Cam's gonna dribble the air out of the ball. I like, if I'm Cleveland or Boston, I'm looking at him like, there's no way. I can't. I get worse if I put him on the court because now I have to change my entire offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's not good enough where I can just give him the ball and let him go to work. He's not good enough. He tried that. He shot 40. What do you have a shooting stats this year?
I can pull them up. I would love to.
But it's probably 40-30. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's probably 40-30.
No, it's close to that. Let's see. This season alone, Cam Thomas is averaging. What a stat line. First and foremost, I just want to put out there his career shooting efficiency is 43.5% from the field. That's below league average. Currently this season, he's averaging 15.6 points. He's shooting 39.9% from the field and 32.5% from three. Those are all career lows. He's not good. I don't care. I don't have to hold this back anymore. I mean, I didn't really to begin with, but the guy just sucks at basketball. I said this the last time prior to the trade deadline during our last episode. He's not a basketball player. He's a street baller. He's not good at the game of basketball. Basketball is an entirety. Street ball is flashy. He's a scorer. That's all he's flashy at. But he does not know how to play the game of basketball.
Yeah, I used to disagree with you on this, but I've really come around to your side on this, right? Like, he's not a good basketball player. If he was, there'd be one GM who valued him. There are 0 GMs that value him. So, like, if you guys want to disagree with us, that's fine. Make the case, but, like, you're disagreeing with Dylan and 30 NBA GMs, all of them who had no interest in Cam Thomas. We saw this last offseason, and that's when I knew the writing was on the wall. Dylan, how many NBA GMs offered Cam Thomas a contract last year?
None.
0. How many offered a second rounder for Cam Thomas? How many trade offers did the Nets get for Cam Thomas?
1. Lonzo Ball and a second round pick.
Why didn't they make that?
I honestly don't know. I actually had Lonzo as a player of interest, so I would have honestly taken it. But I think they were trying to remove the number of guards on the roster to be able to give these 3 rookie guards more minutes. That's what I would bet on.
But just in and of itself, I thought I'd have to give you a second to make that move. But no, I would have made that trade. I get, like, what are you going to do with Lonzo Ball? You already have, but okay, whatever. Sean Marks and many of y'all love second round pick. You would have gotten a second round pick out of this, right? So I would have made that trade unless they were like, I don't know. Do you think they wanted to do Cam a solid and say, hey, we're not really getting any serious offers for you, so we're going to let you pick where you want to go? Do you think I can't see that being the case because they don't like him, right? It's not like someone, at the end of his career who they love, like, they don't like Cam Thomas. So why would they let him pick where he wants to go, sort of thing? You know what I'm saying?
Just to get him out of here.
But you could have traded him. Anymore. Yeah. I do want to recollect on this a little bit. There was a lot of high hopes, a lot of Cam Thomas stands. It's all over now. The Cam Thomas era in Brooklyn is over. Whatever you may think of it. You go back, you look at it. What's your favorite Cam Thomas moment? Don't say there weren't any.
The day
he beat the Knicks. The day he left.
The day he left.
The day he left. Yeah, like I pointed this out, and then Eric Slater pointed it out too. On Locked On Nets. He said the same thing I said on my last show. He said it yesterday. There's that moment where he walks off the court with 4 or 5 minutes left, whatever was left in the game, when he walked out the Lakers game, where you could see he's strolling off the court and he's looking around knowing that this is the end of it. Like, this is the last time he'll ever walk off the court. This is the last time he'll ever wear a Brooklyn Nets uniform. He meant so. I'm not saying he was a franchise-changing player. Obviously, he's not very good, but there were a lot of hopes in him. he averaged, like I said, 22 and 24 points a game in those 2 injury-plagued seasons at young ages. What went so wrong?
He's not good at basketball. I can't reiterate it enough. I'm sorry, but like, you've been in the league for 5 years. You've had 4 different head coaches. You're the problem. It's the same thing with the announcer that went off on James Harden after he requested the trade and got traded from Philly to LA, where he says, "James, you're the problem." It's the same thing with Cam Thomas. He is the fucking problem. I can't reiterate it in any other wording.
All right. I mean, I was trying to have a little commencement here for Cam
I want to
Thomas.
pop this up here for a second because I've got my own Cam Thomas stories that I can tell since we're gonna have a
Yeah,
nice
go ahead,
little
go ahead. That's
powwow
what we're doing
of
today.
shitting on a mediocre player. There's been multiple games that I have been to where Cam Thomas, as he's walking out of the tunnel, will look at fans dead in the eyes who are asking him for autographs and for pictures, and he will throw his headphones on and he'll say no. Twice during games that I've been to, he's done that. I'm not asking him for an autograph. I'm showing him my Nets page thinking that he'll recognize me, so this way I can look at him in the face and be like, "You suck."
Didn't Cam Thomas block you, though?
He did, yes.
Okay. Is that why you hate him so
every
much?
game that I go to, I try and just throw the page out there, like my profile page, and see if he recognizes it and be like, "Hey, you remember me?" But no, and there's been multiple occasions I can pull the DMs up on my Instagram where there's fans who literally love him, who will go to these games, be right there next to him, potentially getting an autograph or a picture, and they will say the same things that I just told you. He will deny. He will throw headphones on. He will ignore you. He's just an asshole. He's a douche. Like, he's just not a player that you want in your organization if you're trying to build up a player who can be somebody like a fan favorite. He had one quote that was memed and was said to be like the funniest thing in the world. And that's it. That's the only reason why he's even known amongst Nets fans. It's really
Ain't shit funny.
That's it.
Ain't shit funny. Yeah, that was it. That was the entirety. Why don't you ever smile? Ain't shit funny. That was it.
Yeah, now shit's really funny. Enjoy unemployment for a little bit.
I posted on Twitter that he's going to break every single scoring record in the Chinese Basketball Association in years to come. You agree with that comment?
No, I think Mike James is still a better international basketball player than him.
No, all right. Mike James. Like, where's Lonnie Walker right now? Is Lonnie Walker? I mean, he's not in the
Couldn't
NBA,
even
is he?
tell
Yeah. Again, Lonnie Walker was a walking bucket, was he not?
Yeah, he was solid. His athleticism kind of died out due to the injuries, which kind of lessened his game, but still a really fun player.
And he's out. Cam Thomas is
Markelle
I
Fultz is
remember BK Hoops saying last year, he's like, Cam Thomas is going to be out of the league within a year. So I'm like, stop. No, he might be. He very well might be out of the NBA. I think he'll be on a team this year. He'll get a minimum deal next year, and that will probably be it for Cam. If I said my trajectory, Cam Thomas has one more year in the NBA on a vet minimum deal. That's my inkling.
Yeah, could very well be.
It's Dylan is not saddened. I'm saddened that it didn't work out, that it ended this badly. Like, that's the only thing that I'm saddened because I thought I had high hopes for Cam Thomas. I always thought that he could be a piece of this team, probably as a sixth man when we're good. That obviously is not the case, right? Like, it just didn't work out. And I guess, do you think it works out anywhere else where he can at least be that Lou Williams, that Jordan Clarkson?
No, not a chance in the world. Like I've said numerous times, I don't have sympathy for the guy. Like I had posted the breaking news within seconds because I had the graphics ready 3 months ago. I had been waiting for this day. I was so happy. And as soon as I posted, like underneath the caption, I put like, "We're finally free." And somebody's comment, who I know this person specifically because he comments under every Cam Thomas post that I put up saying that I'm wrong and that he's going to be great and all of this and that, and how he's the next coming of Jesus Christ, like 30% of the fan base thought. And his comment when I put "we're free" on the breaking news post was, "Oh, he's a human being, show some sympathy." Listen, for all of you stands out there who bitched, complained, and moaned and told me that I was wrong for the last 2.5 years, who was right?
He's not good, right? I understand why he's not here, right? And this idea that we should feel bad for him, he's still making $6 million this year. I want to draw a parallel here. If you worked at a prestigious law firm and you failed every case and you lost every case and you were absolutely crap and you're being paid $6 million a year, do you think they would fire you? There's no other profession where you can do what Cam Thomas did, where you're making $6 million and keep your job. He wasn't any good. Like, Dylan just gave his shoot. This is his contract year. He has to have a big season. And he was shooting a shade under 40% and 32% from three. That's egregious. That's atrocious. That's a guy that he thinks you can run your offense through him. It's not like,
he's not a 1 through 5 option in this league. He's not a starter.
Yeah. And then bringing him off the bench in spots. I mean, you can use him. But it's problematic. Like, the Nets are clearly better defensively with Cam Thomas, but more importantly, they're also better offensively without Cam Thomas. You can tell me I'm wrong, but all the stats say I'm right.
The Nets had the 6th best defensive rating in the league, the 20-something games that he was out from late November until late December. December.
November, yeah.
When he's on the floor, we've been ranked 29th for his first seven games of the season. Or I'm sorry, we were ranked 30th for the first 7 games of the season. And then since he's returned, we've been ranked 29th. So again, does not correlate to the game of winning. He does not have an impact on the game of basketball.
Do you think there's truth to this? Do you think that KD hyping him up got to his head a little bit?
Do I think him being taken in by 3 Hall of Famers, 3 of which all have egos, played a factor into this? Yeah, 100%. He watched James Harden get his way. He watched Kyrie get his way. He watched KD get his way. KD is the only one that I respect because he stayed the longest. He signed the extension. He gave it his all. But Kyrie and Harden quit on the team. They were both cancers. Cam Thomas is now one. And now he's gone. So now I'm happier.
To be fair, KD signed his extension, and then before he ever played a game on that contract, he asked to be traded. He did. That happened. Like, he did stay, but he asked to be traded
one thing
twice.
that I will say now, too, about that is that was also Shams breaking that. I'm sorry, but the last year of Shams being the head ESPN reporter has actually been a joke. I thought that he was better than Woj for a little bit back when he was over at The Athletic. This past 365 days, Shams has been one of the most unreliable people in the league. Chris Haynes is doing a better job. Brian Windhurst is doing a better job. It's actually pretty embarrassing on his end. So, do I fully believe that KD requested 2 trades? Probably not.
Fair enough. Was that were those both broken by Shams?
I believe those are both Shams. Yeah. Because Shams is a player's agent guy. Woj was the guy that knew the executive. Shams is the one that knows the player's agents. So he's throwing out a bunch of false screens on players' agents' ends, while Woj was the ones actually getting the information from GMs.
All right. You wanna turn? They want to talk about CT. The chat wants to talk about CT. I'm fine with turning the page and then never mention. Well, I'm sure we'll mention him again, but
I will not know. I will put this out there now. I will not be mentioning him by name no longer.
All right, number 24.
Scam. That's it. That's all he's going to be referred to. No last name, no jersey number, no former player. Moving forward, if his name gets brought up, it is Scam or that guy.
So my Drake Powell jersey did come in, so I have that. But my other 2 Nets jersey, D'Lo, my last 2 purchases, D'Lo and Cam Thomas are both now obsolete. Should I hang Cam Thomas jersey up in my Raptors with my D'Angelo Russell and Gerald Wallace jersey?
Yeah, pack him up.
All right, he's going to the Raptors. He's going to the Raptors. Whatever. What was that?
I said I'd burn the CT one, but whatever. Or that. I'm sorry, the Scam guy.
He's going up in the Raptors with D'Lo and Gerald Wallace in the Raptors forever. When we were at the draft, I saw a Marshawn Brooks jersey. Number 9, Brooklyn Nets. That's a dope jersey.
That's an incredible pull.
That's a great. That's a hardcore right there. All right. We've been on this for all right. Do you want to let Leaf weigh in on this? Leaf is also a Cam Thomas hater. Do you want to let him cook?
Let's hear it. I could use a little bit of a laugh and some good positivity towards our negative asset scam.
Leaf, I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter in just a second. I'm gonna check your Twitter in 30 seconds. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm not putting it in the chat because we're gonna get 10,000 people. I'm not having a Cam Thomas debate for the next 2 hours. I'm not doing that. Check your.
Angelo's finally had a smart comment. He says you should take down all those pictures behind you and put up all the jerseys for the pod. Your retired jersey collection behind
The retired jerseys. That's an idea. Check your Twitter. Scam Thomas. I had high hopes
get
for
into
him.
the other moves as well after we let Leaf go off.
Yeah. I wanted to open up with this because I know everyone, and I wanted to pay my condolences to, pay my respects to Cam Thomas. Pour a little liquor on the floor for Cam Thomas.
No respect over here. I'll add Leaf in here. He just pulled up.
Yeah.
Leaf, how we doing?
Hi, guys. Hi, gentlemen.
Damn, Texas is really getting to you, isn't it? That was the
no, it's not. No. I just always greet you two gentlemen like that, man. You guys are pretty distinguished. Dylan, you seem pretty well thought out.
Couldn't be happier.
Most times. Listen, happy. I'm the happiest that I'm ever gonna be is when the Nets is hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's the happiest that I'm ever gonna be. Like, if you want to ever see me happy, you're going to see real tears. You're going to see real emotion on that day, whenever that day arrives.
Times in the last 3.5 years where I've been happy as a Nets fan. The day that we traded Mikal Bridges, the day that we drafted Yegor Zhomon, and now today where we have traded Scam.
Okay, well that second one is a little bit questionable, but I mean I'll take it.
I've been on the Yegor train since before he even touched a college basketball floor, so I will stick by that. I still think he's going to be great.
I wanted Yegor, but I never wanted him at 8. I'm standing by that. But since I'm here, and since people are gonna hear this, I am, believe it or not, I don't have anything to say about the gentleman that was in the number 24. What I have to say is about the people that believed in him. That's what I have to say. Oh yeah. I would like to say die CT lifers die. And I don't really like to use that. I guess YouTube is kind of fringe like on the those type of words. But my bad. My bad about that. But I would like to give a very undisclosed, non-heartful RIP to the CT Lifers section of our fan base. I no longer need to hear them anymore about how he deserves 4 years, $100 million. I no longer hear them about how this dude needs to be the number one option on the team. I no longer need to hear them about anything, but the fact that CT now plays for no one. Which is all their fault, and I'm blaming every last one of them. I'm blaming all of them by name. I'm blaming the Breezes, the Jays, all of them, bro. Every last one of them on Twitter. Every last one of them. Y'all all are to blame for this. Y'all did this, and Kevin Durant plays a hand in it, and Kyrie Irving, like you said, plays a hand in it, and James Harden plays a hand in it, and Ben Simmons plays a hand in it. He watched 4 players get his way, and he thought he could do the same thing, and now look where he's at. This is what you get for.
Let me ask you a question, Leif, about Cam Thomas. We both think he'll catch on somewhere else. Do you think Cam Thomas will play for another NBA team this year, and do you think he'll get a contract next year?
I think he'll play for somebody this year, but he'll probably be bounced around like a player that I wanted by the name of Kai Jones. I like it is what it is at this point, man. I think the bet has been made. Vinny Johnson. That's who Cam Johnson is. That's who Cam Thomas is. Vinny Johnson. Vinny the Microwave Johnson.
Is that okay? That's not a bad NBA career. Vinny the Microwave Johnson was a good player that kicked around the league. Is Cam Thomas that good where he can? I mean, to me, like, is he an all-star? No.
No.
Vinny Johnson wasn't an all-star. Vinny Johnson was a good player. That was a key part of a lot of teams.
He was a
Can,
six. He is a six
right.
man
And to
at
me, that's
best.
important. Like, yes, but that to me, that's an important piece. The six
Yes,
man
A
is
six man
okay.
makes above $20 million a year potentially. Cam Thomas has never.
potentially. What
God
six
damn
man
it!
is making
God
$20
damn it! I
million
gotta
dollars
stop
a year?
calling him by name. My fault. Scam is not going to ever see a contract above 15 million. We'll just put it
What?
that
What?
way.
Hold up. I need to know what six man is making $20 million a year.
I mean, think about it from a logistics standpoint. Michael Porter Jr. is a third option making 38 million. Well,
No,
Will
no, no,
Smith
no, 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 no,
But
no, no,
no,
no, no. I
Reed's
need to
right.
know a
But
six man.
Lou
That's
there's
Williams not get
it's
an
a haves and a
$18 million
have not
contract?
league. There's no
Did,
yeah.
did Lou Williams not get like an 18 or $20 million contract at one point in time?
I think he got the most he got probably was around. I want to say around that. Maybe say I don't know the exact
I'll look
numbers.
it
I
up
know
for you.
some. I hear somebody typing. So I mean,
Oh, that's me.
Tyler
Come on now.
Hero makes $30 million a year.
Tyler
Jordan
Hero,
Poole,
right? Oh yeah,
Jordan Poole makes $30 million a year. I'm just like I believe I didn't have. I'm looking. I'm googling right now.
right. Jordan. Well, Jordan Poole does have
Three
a
years,
championship.
3 years, 21 million back in 2015. So $7 million. Apologies, I doubled it.
Yeah.
Cam Thomas is never going to see a contract above 10 million. Let's just put it that way.
I mean,
You're probably right, Dylan. You're probably. I mean, that sounds
you're probably
wild.
right. I mean, but hey, he might be fortunate enough to ride somebody's bench and then have a championship and then get some extra money. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kaminga seemed to be doing all right for somebody that wasn't contributed to a championship team. So I mean,
Yeah, how much is Kaminga's a six man? He's making $20 million a year, isn't he?
yeah, I think Kaminga's making like 22 and a half. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, just to continue on it, yeah, Vinny the Microwave Johnson, at best. That's who he's gonna be. That's who he is. There's a spot for him in this league if somebody values him. If a
Bar
team
just
is
continues to get lower and lower and lower. I love it.
well, I never. Hold on, wait. Hold on, Dylan.
No, I'm
Don't
not
do that.
saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the general statement. At first, it was, oh, he can be a Lou Williams. Oh, he could be a Kobe Bryant. Oh, he can do this. He can do that. He can do this. Now he's being talked about as a guy that I've never even heard in the NBA. I know that may be showing my age, but he also isn't that good of a basketball player. You're not putting whoever you're talking about.
When
in the
I
top
said
20
Lou
50
Williams,
list
you
right
know
now.
what's crazy, bro? When you tell the now deceased section of our fan base, the CT Lifers section of our fan base that no longer exists anymore. When you tell them Lou Williams, when you tell them Jamal Crawford, they all assume that it was disrespectful. They all assume that wasn't it, and this, that, and the third. I've been honest with them. I tried to be honest. I tried to be militant. Now I'm about to be bloody and disrespectful. Now your dude is gone. Now you got to find another reason to root for the Nets again, bro. Because realistically, you made it seem like you was 1 foot in, and you made it seem like Cam Thomas was the end all be all for this franchise. When the smart people like me, like Dylan, knew that he wasn't, and now look what we have for it. So what I will say is that Dylan, I'm an all around hater.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that. I'm also waiting for another thing to come in fruition for us to lose all of these games like we're losing. We're getting bashed by 20, 30, 40, sometimes 60. I'm waiting for us to bottom all the way out and get to the bottom of the league.
Can I touch on that for a second? Because just like the scam stands, there's a portion of this fan base on Twitter who has been bitching, complaining, and moaning now for the last month about brutal losses. I don't think you people understand the fact that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was over in OKC and lost a game by 50. They had multiple games that season where they lost by 30 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gives a fuck about how much you lose by.
Bye.
This
Exactly.
season is solely based on the fact that you need a top 4 pick. I
Yes.
don't care how bad it looks. I don't
Yes.
care how disgraceful it makes you feel.
Yes.
This is what's necessary. So
Yes.
suck it up or shut up, wipe your lips, and go to a new fan base.
You know,
complaining or CT stands.
And no, Dylan, that's called the we believe section of our fan base, bro. That's what I've named that, bro. Like I got names for all of us. Yeah, the we believe section of you remember the we believe the we believe section of our fan base. That's another silly side of our fan base that needs to be obsolete, rendered, bro. Yeah, right. Yeah, make sure you type that down. It says all capital WEBELIEVE. As many E's as you want to put at the end of it. The We Believe, yes. For all you wrestling fans out there. So Yeah, that's another section of our fan base that's mad about how much we losing by, and this, that, and the third. And I have to play the character mode and buy into it because I know we're not supposed to be losing by it, but I know we are because they're that garbage. Another thing I want to hate on, and I need the tanker section of our fan base left. That leaves them, and that's where Dylan kind of comes in, and me being a hater that I am, we're gonna bottom out this year, and we're gonna fall all the way to the bottom of the league, and the league is just gonna just look at us and be like, you know what? They cost us money. Number 7 pick. That's what's gonna happen.
I think we're getting the 6th pick. You say 7, Lee?
7th. Yeah.
What do you say,
I am
Dylan?
calling it now. I am saying we are landing number 3. As long as we stay in the 4th spot, I believe that we are going to get into the 3 spot.
I think we're gonna bottom all the way out, all the way to down to the number 1 team, number 1 worst
We're not
team.
out tanking Sacramento.
We're not out tanking Sacramento.
Dylan, hang on. It's only like 2 games difference right now. And we get blown out every single game now.
Exactly.
Listen, we will revisit
Dylan.
this after tonight because Indiana plays Milwaukee.
Uh-huh.
New Orleans plays Minnesota, and Sacramento plays the Clippers. I'm not sure if Darius Garland is playing tonight.
Darius Garland would never play.
Yeah, Darius Garland's out. Benedict Matherin's out. So there is a chance where the Kings can win that game if Sabonis and everybody is active and playing.
Yes.
As of right now, it looks like they are. Sabonis is questionable.
Yes.
But if they can pull that game off, and Indiana can pull this game off, then I will say there's maybe a chance.
I don't look at it as game to game. I'm looking at it, and I'm making my statement here. And I don't know if you guys pull up. I don't know if you guys pull up shorts, but listen, pull up a short right now if you need to pull up a short, and pencil this in. If the Brooklyn Nets finish number 1 finish as the number 1 worst team in the league, we will not get a top 5 pick anyway. You heard it here first.
Wait, hold on. You just said if we're the worst team in the league, we're not finishing with a top 5 pick?
No.
My
And
friend,
the NBA is going to make sure of it.
Physically impossible. If you are the worst,
no, it's not.
Basketball, the lowest you can get to is 5. Yes, that
The-
is
the-
physically impossible.
Dylan,
It's 6, isn't it? It's 6.
No,
Dylan.
the lowest you can get to is number 5. If you
Number
are the
5.
worst team in basketball, the lowest you can get to is number 5.
I guarantee you, the NBA is gonna flip the script on us. They make the rules. They make the rules, bro. Not us.
They do, but the rules are agreed on with
And
the union, right? It's in the CBA.
yeah, the rules are agreeing on them. They can change it anytime they want.
Well, you're in breach of that legally. You can set your own rules, but once the CBA is signed by the players' union and the NBA, you can't just change it in the middle.
Well, what rule says that that the worst team needs to be awarded a minimum top? Where's that rule at?
Leaf might be right. I don't.
Where's
know.
that rule at?
Hang on. Let me. I don't know, Dylan. Is that part of the collective bargaining agreement, or is that just an NBA policy that has nothing to do with the CBA? I don't know.
No,
I don't know the
that is
answer
an
to
NBA
that.
draft rule. If you are the worst team in basketball, the furthest you can go down to is 5. That is
It
official.
is an NBA. It's handwritten.
It is.
They
it
could
is
change that
handwritten.
rule
If you
without.
look at- if you
the
look at
without
how
the
the
players
draft
union,
lottery
right?
Is it handwritten, bro? Dylan, can you put that? Can you put that in the
let me
chat?
Speak, my man. The lowest you can go to at a so say you are the 3rd worst team in basketball, the lowest you can go to is 7. If you are the 10th worst team in basketball, the lowest you can go to is 14. It is a 4 pick process. The furthest you can go down is 4. The most you can go up is all the way to the top. So no matter where you are, minus 4, that's the range of which the pick can fall to the lowest. That's how it works.
Let me where that's written at, bro.
But hang on, Lee, let me. I think what Leaf is asking, or what I'm asking, is that the NBA could change that without the approval of the players' union, right? That's not part of the CBA. That's their own rule. If it's your own rule, you can just change it. Who would stop you? Right? Like I have rules that my kids have to go to bed at a certain time. I can change that rule. It's my rule. I just made it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, can the NBA just change it?
Hell yeah, the NBA can change it. They could do whatever they want. They could see us as the bottom, as the worst team in the league, and they'd be like, nope.
I don't think the NBA hates us as much as you do. I just think they don't care about us, right? Like
I know this is not hate, bro. This is basically coming. People got to understand. This come down to economics and business. That's what this comes down to, bro. We cost them money. We cost the NBA money. They are not going to reward us.
I don't think we're getting rewarded. So my prediction is that we finish in the 2 spot, and then I guess like the second tankathon. I said 6. I thought we could go down to 6. Dylan's saying it's 4, not 5 spots. All right. So
No,
then
no,
I think
it's if you're the worst team in basketball, the lowest you can get to is 5. So you -4 from whatever pick you are. That's the lowest you can go to.
okay. So if the Nets finish with the second worst record in the NBA,
The
they
lowest
could
they can get to is 6.
and that's where they'll pick. So I'm sticking with that 6. I think they're picking 6.
I don't think we get in the top 5 pick
Even
no
here,
matter
it's right
what.
here written. We're going to the good old chat GBT since the internet doesn't like to work sometimes. In the NBA, if you have the worst record in the league, the worst pick you can end up with after lottery night is the 5th overall pick. Here's why. The draft lottery only determines the top 4 picks. If the worst team doesn't get drawn into the top 4, it falls as far as possible. Since no team can jump more than into the top 4, the worst team can't fall past 5. Best case, number 1. Worst case, number 5. There you go. In writing.
Okay. I still don't think we get in the top 5 pick no matter what. Anyway, so it is what it is. But that's three sides of our fan base that is going to be rendered obsolete once we get the 6th pick. So we already got rid of the CT lifers. They're gone. Next up is the We Believe dudes, bro. They're about to be gone because we're going to continue to get bashed upside the head by 20. And then once draft lottery comes around in May on Mother's Day, it'll be entirely fitting that the people that we're looking to as parents to give us something, they're not going to give a shit. So 3 sections of our fan base is gone.
Which section am I in? Which section do I go in, Leaf?
Damn, what section did well, you go into the reporter section. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would look at you with the reporter. Dylan is like basically he kind of half and half. It's like half reporter, half like half tanker section. So when the tanker section is obsolete, that's just gonna leave him in the reporter section because I think he's very thought out. But at the same time, bro, like he gotta understand how business works in the NBA. And I do, bro. Like, I mean, I more so than anybody, bro. Like, I don't really, like when we in the shitter, ain't nothing else to focus on but business. Like this time last year, bro, we was top 6 in money grossing in the NBA. You know where we are now? We are 9. 3 teams passed us up, and I have a list.
Not bad though. There's 30 teams in the NBA. 9, you're still in the top third. Like that's pretty good.
But the 7 billion that we were grossing for the NBA has now dumped down to 5 billion. That's $2 billion gone. That we don't make for them no more.
Leaf, hang on, Leaf. Dylan, you ready to move on to the other 2 moves? We talk. You want to talk? I'm gonna pass. Leaf, you want to hang? You want to chill with us? You want to?
I'll chill, man. I quit my job for this, bro. Like that's serious, just to see people miserable. Like for real. The hell with that. All right. I really quit my day job for this. I'm sitting home doing work, man. The hell with this. The hell with people's dreams. Everybody needs to be miserable.
What trade do you want to start with, Dylan? The Celtics trade, the Nuggets trade. What do you want to start with?
Yeah, let's. I mean, we can go in order. I think that there's 2 moves specifically that I am a fan of. There's one that I wasn't really the biggest fan of. Of course, we just got done with the scam conversation. That was my favorite move of them all. But overall, I think the additions of Ochai Agbaji and Josh Minott are very underrated pickups, both 23 and 25 years old. There's nothing flashy about it. There's nothing eye-opening about it. But I do think that these are 2 guys that you could bring back on league minimum contracts next year, and they can be solid 10th, 11 man on your team. You know, you do need players depth-wise that can help in the case of when there's injuries. So I definitely don't see a failure in making those deals. Ochai, you didn't give up a single asset, whether it be draft capital or a player. So getting him for free was great. You also got a 2032 second-round pick out of it. That's solid. Josh Minott, you ended up giving up $110,000 for. Like, that's whatever. Very solid player. Minott is the one that I'm most excited about. I think he's got still a bit of untapped potential that he can reach. So I definitely am excited to see what he can do here. And then Hunter Tyson, that deal to me was a bit of an annoyance just based on the fact that we gave up a 2026 second-round pick, but that kind of goes to show, too, for the people out there who had been wanting a secondary first-round pick this year? It's very unlikely. The Nets took 5 players last year. That's 1/3 of a roster. Now they have 2 picks this year. That's 7 out of 15 players in a roster that are going to be within their first 2 years. So it's very unlikely to me that the Nets add an additional pick this year, unless if they're packaging up that early second-round pick plus a future first-round pick for a late first-round pick.
Josh Minott seems like an athlete. He didn't play much in college. He played with Penny Hardaway in Memphis. It's hard to find highlights on him. It's just hard to find stuff on. He played with Jalen Duren, I believe, right, on that Memphis team. There's not a lot there. What can you tell us about? He's an athlete. We know that. What else is there? Like what should we know about him?
I mean, just a very solid overall player. Like he's an above average rebounder for his size. This season alone, he's averaging over 50% from the field and over 42% from 3. So
shoot, yeah,
very, very viable in terms of his ability to be a 3-and-D guy, which is why, again, because of his age, I think there's a bit more potential to his game that could be reached, especially under a Jordi Fernandez system. So I'm excited to see what he can do here.
And what is he, 24? 23? How old is he?
Somewhere along those lines.
There's upside here. I'm just confused on why Boston was done with them. 6'8" guard, good body. I'm confused on why he was a 2nd-round pick. I'm just confused on why like they're all out on him. I guess that's
they
my
were trying
question.
to get below the luxury tax.
Oh yeah, that's right, and they did. They did a good job with that. Okay, that makes sense. All in all, I mean, there's not much to dislike about this trade, right? I mean, we didn't give anything up. The only question is that does this now mean the end of Tyrese Martin? Is Tyrese Martin gone?
He already got waived. It's done.
Oh, Tyrese Martin did get waived?
Yeah.
Tyrese Martin got waived? Oh,
and
cool.
Hunter Tyson got waived. So now we have one available roster spot, and I put this in my article last night recapping the deadline. I do think that a name that you can keep an eye on is Grant Nelson to potentially get a standard contract.
Oh, wow. Dylan, tricky, Dilly. Yes, you are, bro. Like, Grant Nelson has, that name came up a couple of years ago, and I'm not going to lie. It's still the same problems with him that I seen in. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's lack of spacing. Pretty good athlete, but pretty good wingspan, things like that. But yeah, I guess, man. But I will keep a note out that the fact that 2 teams that was in the that was in the business tanking business have got themselves out of the tanking business. Utah and Washington have officially got themselves out of the tanking business, at least after this season. When are the Nets gonna
Indiana
do it?
as well. You can
Yeah. Indiana, yeah, they put Indiana up there as well. Well, when are the Nets are gonna do it? I have no clue. But Indiana, I think they were just tanking from the top. They were doing what Boston and Phoenix was supposed to be doing. And Boston and Phoenix flipped the script and said, "Hell no, we're good teams." So,
So just to
excuse
let you
you.
know as well, real quickly about Grant Nelson, you are correct that his floor spacing has been a problem, but in just 15.4 minutes per night, he's played 6 games over in Long Island so far. He's averaging 12.7 points and 6.2 rebounds. He's shooting 51.7% from the field, 71.4% from the free throw line. So, decent player. I'm not going to say that he's going to be a long-term role player and has tremendous upside, but for him to potentially be the guy that gets the final standard deal, it's going to probably be between him and EJ Little, if I had to assume, for the remainder of the season. One of them, they're probably going to make the final standard deal, but I think Nelson is the one that has a little bit more upside than Little, so I'd like to see him up here.
I think we need to change our whole roster, to be honest with you.
Let me. Well, that's coming, but let me ask you this: this trade now makes no sense to me because you basically traded a 2026 pick for a 2032 pick.
Why did the betting on Denver being one of the, if not the worst teams by 2032? Think about it. If the Nets are in a position of contention and they hold on to both of those picks, you're looking at a top 8 pick potentially in the first round and a top 8 pick in the second round. So those are valuable pieces that you can add while you're still contending. That's what OKC did. That's what OKC did with the Clippers deal.
Yeah, betting on Denver's second round. Okay, I just all right. I keep being told how deep this draft class is that this is the draft class. I would want more picks in this draft class, not less. I don't know how the 2032 draft class is going to look because those kids are in like 7th grade.
Of course.
So, all right.
But again, our whole conversation has always been about, can we match what OKC is doing? And as of right now, based on that move specifically, that showcases what the Nets are trying to do. Establish valuable draft capital long-term for when the time comes to contend, that they're still adding valuable players to keep funneling in talent year after year.
Yeah. The problem right now for the Nets is what we're getting wrong that Oklahoma City got right is Oklahoma City traded for the best player in basketball.
But you can't always do that, right?
Right. So we can't be Oklahoma City unless we can do that.
Not necessarily, because, again, OKC didn't have the ability to draft the guy, right? They drafted the 2 and the 3. We're in a position now where if we do land that top 3 pick this year, we're drafting the guy. We're not saying that he's going to be of SGA level, but could he be a 10-time All-Star? Yes. Could he be a top 15 player in the league 5 years from now? Yes. So the point is you either A, trade for the guy and rebuild around him, or B, you blow it up and you draft, and then you add another guy later on by trading or through free agency. So this year we have the opportunity to draft the guy, and moving forward we have the opportunity to add the first or the second guy next to that drafted player. So it's the same process, just slightly different.
I personally, well, before we move on, I personally believe that we drafting everything in the NBA's time being in terms of 10-year All-Stars, man. Like that's, to me, that's like, yo, okay, yeah, we you've been commodity from day one, and then we're just gonna have this thing going on around you.
Dylan is hanging on, and statistically, it makes sense that we get a top 3 pick. The top 3 guys do look to have NBA All-Star potential, where they can be franchise-changing people. All 3 of them seem to have that.
I would go on and say 4, but I mean,
okay, I was gonna say 2, but.
I agree. I think
okay.
I would go on to say 4 of them, but I think what people is starting to realize, they need to get that 10-year shit out of their head, like especially Nets fans, because nothing is guaranteed and ironclad in no 10 years. If anything, your window to win something is at least 5 or 6 at the max. You know what I'm saying? If you somehow go over that, then that means that means the player that won something for you, you just compensating them, you know, for a long time, and as long as you can, because he's that commodity. Like, I look at that case with somebody like Steph Curry. I look at the case somebody like Giannis and Joker. You know, they basically kind of filling holes as your franchise is basically filling holes to see if they can still win with those said players. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of 10-year guy, no. This being the fact that nobody has stayed here for over 8 years on this franchise.
All right. Anything else you want to touch on as far as these trade deadline moves? Because I do want to touch on a couple other things.
No, let's get into the rest.
All right. The NBA Tankathon standings are looking pretty favorable to the Nets. I'm going to pull them up right now. The Nets are in the 4th spot, but I mean they're all basically in the same position. Hang on. Sacramento's 12 and 40. They're the number 1 in the Tankathon, and the Nets are 4. They're 13 and 37. So that's about 1.5 games different. It's not a massive difference. So all 4 of those teams are basically competing with each other. I would say the way the Nets are playing 1-9 in their last 10. It's really a 2-dog race, right? Because New Orleans is going to win. Indiana is going to win. The Nets are going to pass those 2 teams. So this basically comes down to Sacramento and Brooklyn, does it not?
Yeah, I would say so.
So, I mean, really, we're going to be no worse than the second worst team in the NBA, realistically.
I got a question. What does the rest of the top 10 look like? I just need to know because being the fact that the NBA is kind of a fuck you type of
I'll
kind of
go. I got you. I got you, Leaf. So let me run that.
It
So
is scary.
number
You've got OKC, Milwaukee in there. It's
yeah. I bet being that the NBA is known to give a big ass middle finger to the teams that's clearly tanking. Um, yeah, I don't trust this at all. I don't trust Tankathon at all. I think this website needs to be erased permanently. I think anybody that tries to breed this website and believe in it, bro, like and portions of the season where the season has just started, and I seen the Brooklyn Nets was literally at the top of the list. When we started off of the season 0-7, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the Nets should get the first pick." They saying that before the season. They said that before last season. When we did the Mikal deal, bro. Like, I don't believe in none of this shit anymore. The NBA
let
is
me
not. The NBA
let
is
me
not gonna. I'm not gonna allow the NBA to spit in my face again.
let me run down the lottery for you, right? So it's San Antonio, Charlotte, Chicago, OKC, Portland, Milwaukee, Memphis, Dallas, Utah, Washington, Brooklyn, Indiana, Atlanta, Sacramento. Who's gonna draft in the top four? It's hard. I don't think they're gonna put Oklahoma City back in the top four. They're gonna damage themselves more with that, right? Because
If
they're
they
already
is
too
it
good.
possible that they put him back in the top 10?
Top 10, yes. Yes,
Is
that's
it po-
very possible.
Is
But
it
four, they're
possible?
going to give him another superstar. I think that's a lot to ask the NBA to do that.
Is
Like
it
that, they're gonna hurt
possible?
themselves.
Is it possible that they put Milwaukee higher, being that they know that they're probably going to trade Giannis anyway?
Yeah,
I would
that's
agree.
very possible. That's
Is it
likely.
possible that they're going to put Memphis up higher right after they trade Ja Morant?
I wouldn't. No,
Is it possible that they're going to put Dallas higher, being that Cooper Flag
absolutely. I would
worked?
say Dallas finishes in the top four. Dallas
Is
is
it
new San Antonio. They're winning the lottery every year.
is it possible that they put Utah and Washington higher, bro, one last time before they start competing?
Utah, maybe. Washington, no. The NBA hates Washington more than they hate us. Washington, no. Utah, maybe.
So basically, after being, and I mind you, I just kind of counted the top 10. OKC, I ignored Portland for a reason. So that's OKC, Milwaukee, Dallas being higher, and Utah. That's four
Utah.
teams being higher.
And then the three
That's
ahead
four
of them.
teams that they can nudge up higher from what the spots that I'm looking at right
And then
now.
yeah, and then Indiana will probably draft pretty high.
Exactly. And I'm letting y'all know right now, Gary, Dylan, I do not trust the NBA. We have to figure out something to do on our own. That's the only way this shit is gonna work. If y'all believe that one of these four players is just gonna come here and be on autopilot, bro, think again.
So I guess my question is to you. Look at the schedule real quick. I mean, if you're a fan of the tank and you think that you want that top spot, you're sitting pretty good. The Nets are sitting in pretty good position right now. I mean, yesterday, Thursday, yeah, that was yesterday. They had a lineup that had all five rookies on the court together. That lineup is younger than most college teams. You're not going to compete like that, right? I mean, you see, the only game they won was Utah. They're not competitive anymore. Like, how many more wins do you actually think they're going to get with playing like this, Dylan? 10? I can't see 10. I really can't see 10. I think that's asking
It's
too
gonna be
much.
tough.
I'll give them two.
2 more wins all season.
Two.
Like they play Washington tomorrow, and then they have Indiana.
Washington is gonna beat the shit out of us.
Okay, they got Indiana on the 11th. That's at home. They're home for all these games. They're home.
We're
Washington.
gonna lose Indiana close.
And then it gets rough again. Then it's at Cleveland, at OKC, at Atlanta, home for Dallas. It gets rough.
We're getting the crap beat out of us, bro. Like, we're gonna get the hell beat out of us for a long time, bro. And I'm not just talking about this season.
It's rough. I mean, if they can't get a win at Washington or I think they get one there. I think they get either Washington or Indiana. I think they'll pick up one win there. But I mean, you sitting looking at this like where they have a stretch where it's San Antonio, at Boston, Cleveland, at Miami, at Detroit, Like they're not winning any of these games, like any of them. So the only question now is Sacramento. So I think we're sitting 1 or 2, and you're saying if we finish 2, we can't pick worse than 6. Is that right? We can't pick worse than 6.
That is correct. Yeah, if we are the second worst team, the worst we can pick is 6.
Are you happy with 6?
At this point, you want my honest answer? Yes. Keaton Wagler, I think, is another player that you could potentially put into that four-headed monster race. He is phenomenal.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with 6. I think we should get the number 1 pick based on points per victory margin, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I know that's not gonna happen. Like,
we're not getting the number 1 pick. Like that's not happening. I don't think we're getting a top 3 pick. I don't see why the NBA would be incentivized. We have no good players. That's the problem. Like we don't have any good players. Why would they send one of these studs here to go, be in purgatory forever? Like I mean, why would that be in the best interest of the NBA?
That's that. Listen, you asking a question that I've tried to ask many people and many delusional people in the tanker side of our fan base that I need obsolete. We really need a whole reset, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it's from top to bottom, from the owner's box, bro, all the way down to the last man of the bench, bro. Like, and it's the Dylan said 3 years, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, this shit might take more than that because we got idiots in our front office and we got to get them out first. This is borderline Donald Sterling type shit in the '90s, bro. Like this is that bad.
Yeah, someone needs to look into and that's ownership. Find the dark side and Joseph Tsai. Find something he's done horribly wrong. No one makes billions of dollars being an upstanding citizen. Nobody. So find the dark side and force them out, and then we can start to rebuild this team. But the ownership's the problem, and everything downhill is the problem too. And like the Nets just, I know what their direction is. It seems like we're miles and miles and miles and miles away from ever being competitive, and we have to be good by next year. If we're not good by next year, we're just tanking for Houston. I got nothing for you.
That's basically what we doing. Well, we known to help other teams build their teams up, bro. You know how many damn trades we facilitated to help other teams in the past odd years, bro. Since we've been in Brooklyn, bro. Like, come on, this shit is pathetic, bro. Like, we have basically turned ourselves into a farmers market franchise, basically, like where teams would just come in, get players up, and then we trade them off, and then they become a 4th option somewhere else, and then continue to have careers and go on with their lives and things like that, bro. That's what we become, bro. Like we not a poverty franchise by any means, but we are definitely becoming a farmers market franchise.
All right, Dylan. That's all I got. You got anything else you want to get into?
No, I mean, other than last night's game, I know it was a 20-point loss, but the rookies played great. Yegor Zhomon, career high 26 points, 6 made threes, 66.7% from the field, 60% from 3. Nolan Traore.
Yeah, Yegor kills. He kills Orlando, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, Nolan Traore with 21.7 assists. Those are both tied for career highs. I think that.
I didn't look at the stat sheet. Hold on, let me go look at this. I barely looked at the game, man. The game was on, but nobody was home. Like, hold on, let me see this.
Yeah, no, both of them played really well.
This team is at the point.
Is all 5 Nets rookies had the best plus minuses as well.
All 5 of them?
Well, because they were on the court together in garbage time, and But it's another 20-point loss. It's a game that was over in the first half. They were never close. They were never competitive. It's just at the point now. This is like tough to watch. The games are over in the first quarter.
Basically, so we basically got 5 rookies out there, basically learning how to play in spurts in the game where the game is pretty much over, and we're figuring. I don't even know anymore, bro. MPJ now. Well, so much for that All-Star nod, man. Hopefully he could get in on an injury or something, man. I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know. I know who I want on this team. Nobody else wants them. When they get here, man, I could just sit at this table all by myself.
We do have 21 second round picks though, so I think we're in good shape. We got 21 second round picks.
That's nasty.
We could take 21 Jalen Wilsons. How about
Gary, stop! Come on, that's disgusting, bro. That means we get 21 chances at a possible Joker remake, bro. Like that's what it is.
But in reality, you get 21 Jalen Wilsons. That's what you get. So we got at least we got that. We got 2 rosters full of Jalen Wilsons. So
Gary, stop! Come on, man.
That's what you get. That's what you get in the second round. You get
Gary. This is like
the Brunson and Ginobili and Joker. It's like, yeah, okay, it's 3. Yeah,
you like Gary. We have literally. Like, bro, we are sitting in the same box that Uma Thurman sat in. The only difference is we don't have the power to punch our way out. I know everybody's seen Kill Bill, bro. Like, we are literally breathing with with a flashlight in the box that we can't even turn on. We can't break our way through any cement or any melted cement or wood. It's over with, bro. Like, this is literally the darkest hour.
It's not that bad.
All right. I'm gonna wrap up. I mean, the rookies are playing well. I gotta go, Dylan. When can we be back? I gotta wrap. You want to stay on, Dylan, or you can stay on? But I gotta
head out as well. I gotta get a couple of stuff done before dinner tonight. So we'll figure out another time.
All right, fun show today. We are now closing the book on Cam Thomas. That is closed forever. Dylan's happy about it. I'm kind of lackluster about it. I wish it would have worked out. Really, that's all I can say. But that's it, guys. It's February 6th. 2026 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all and God bless.